Welcome to this SciDocs instructional video on how to automatically install and deploy Linux on IBM Power LE using your mobile device. The LE in IBM Power LE refers to the IBM Power platform running in Little Endian mode as opposed to Big Endian mode. If you need an explanation of the difference between Big Endian and Little Endian mode, it is beyond the scope of this video, but I would recommend that you take a quick look at Wikipedia for that explanation of the difference. This video assumes that you already have a user account at SciDocs, so if you don't already have a user account, you may want to view the instructional video titled How to Create a New User Account from Your Mobile Device at SciDocs. This video is available from the SciDocs knowledge base under the category of instructional videos. You can get to the knowledge base by clicking on the sidebar menu and clicking on Knowledge Base. Please note that during this video I will be using a mouse pointer to indicate which buttons to press on your mobile device and when to press them. The first step will be to download and install the SciDocs app from either the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store, depending upon what type of mobile device you have. In the App Store, search for SiteOx, that's S-I-T-E space O-X, and once you have found the SciDocs app, then download and install it. And then open the app and you will see this screen. You'll see several buttons that allow you to order new services, manage your account, or contact us. In the upper right hand corner of the screen, you'll see a button labeled Account. Press this button to see a pull down menu, and in this menu select Login. A login screen will be displayed where you will enter your email address and password associated with your SciDocs user account. Now I have a example demo user account set up for the purpose of this video, so I will enter video at SciDocs.com, and then I will enter the password associated with that. You will of course enter your user ID, your email address and password, and then press the login button. The account home screen will be displayed where you can view several different types of information, including the number of active services you have, any invoices that are due, number of open tickets that you may have. Now, since this is a demo account and it's a new account, there will not be any active services or invoices or open tickets. So to automatically deploy Linux on the Power LE, press the sidebar menu button and select Services. So there's the sidebar menu button and we'll select Services. From here, let's select Order New Services, and a screen will be displayed that shows you a list of the several different services that are offered at SciDocs. From this list, let's press the button labeled Linux VMs. At this point, a screen will be displayed with several options for ordering Linux VMs, and you'll see that the first option is for ordering Linux on Power VMs, a one-time short-term type of lease, which allows you to order and lease systems on a daily or weekly or monthly basis. The second option is a monthly reoccurring option that allows you to lease Linux on Power VMs monthly, and it will automatically reoccur every month. The short-time one-term lease is just a one-time payment, and so it does not reoccur every month. Now then, you can also see from the description here that this is an IBM Little Endian Power 8 VM using Power KVM. So this is what we're going to demonstrate here. So let's click on the Order Now button and order a Linux on Power VM that's running on IBM Power LE, the little Endian mode. So the next screen that's displayed is a product configuration screen. Let's go back to the top, product configuration, and it shows you at the top the description of what it is that you're ordering, and then it provides you with a number of configurable options that you can select associated with the VM that you're ordering. The first option is the time to lease, and it will allow you to select a number of days, weeks, or month. Remember, this is a short-term, one-time lease, so we can lease it just on a daily basis, weekly basis, or all the way up to a month. The next option is an operating system, so we are allowed to select from a number of different options here for an operating system. For this video, I'm going to select CentOS 7 on Power LE. And then we can pick the number of processors that we want, we can pick the amount of memory we want, and the amount of storage that we want associated with that VM that we are ordering. Now once you have finished selecting the configurable options, then you're going to press the Add to Cart button, and this is going to add this order to our shopping cart. And what it's showing us now is the order summary screen, where it will show us everything that we have ordered, and we can see that we only have the one thing ordered, and so we can just verify that the order is correct. We can either edit that configuration or remove it, and then from this screen we can continue shopping and place more things in our order summary, or we can just press the checkout button and go on. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to go ahead and go to checkout and press the checkout button with this one single item in the shopping cart. And that will display the checkout screen where we can finalize the order. So this screen will show you everything that you have ordered and the details associated with what you've ordered, and it will also allow you to select the payment method that you want to use to pay for the items that you are ordering. So once we've verified the payment method, we can add any additional notes that we want to add, and then we select the checkbox that says we've read and agreed to the terms of service. Once that is all completed, then we can press the complete order button to place the order and deploy the system. Now this will display the order confirmation screen where we can see our order number, and from this screen we can then view the new service we just ordered by pressing the My Services button here, or we can press the sidebar menu button and select Services and go to My Services. This displays a screen that shows our products and services that you have ordered at SiteOx, and since this demo user account was a new account, it will only have the one service that we just ordered, the Linux on Power VM. So we can also see that Linux on Power VM is in a pending state, which means that it is in the process of being built out. So it generally takes about 10 to 15 minutes to create and configure the VM, so I will pause this video at this point and wait for that to finish, and once that is finished then I will resume the video. So I am resuming the video now. The Linux on Power LE build out is complete. The server is now active and ready for user access. However, we still see this screen showing the Linux on Power VM as pending. You see it in pending mode here. So I'll refresh the screen to update that status by going to the sidebar menu and selecting Services, and then I'll press My Services again to refresh that page. So once it refreshed the screen, we see that the Linux on Power VM is now in an active state. So the next question is, how do I access this new Linux on Power LE VM that was just built? How do I connect to it? So during the build-out process of the VM, you would have been sent an email to inform you of the connection information associated with this VM. The email would have contained information about how to obtain a support ticket that contains that information. So that email contains a direct link to a support ticket, so you can check your email, click on the link, and access the connection information from that support ticket. You could also just go directly to the support tickets by going to the sidebar menu, selecting support, and going to tickets. And we'll see here that there is one ticket associated with it. Now, before we look at the information contained in this ticket, in this system connection information ticket, let's go back to My Services and let's view the details of the information associated with this VM that was built out. So let's click on the View Details button. So this will display a screen that contains the details of the new VM that was just created. And from the details you can see the host name that it was given, and you can see the operating system and the amount of time it was leased. You can see the number of processors and memory and the amount of storage that was assigned to this VM. And this is all configurable options that we chose when we requested or ordered the new VM. So if we scroll down in our View Details page, some additional information that we can see in this page is the expire date and the terminate date. The expire date is the date and time of when the lease for this server will expire. At this date and time, at the expire date and time, the VM will be suspended. It won't be removed, but it will be suspended. Everything on the VM will still exist, but you will not be able to access it after the expire date and time. The terminate date and time is when the VM will be deleted. So after this date and time, you will not be able to renew or extend the lease on the VM. So between the expire date and the terminate date, you can renew the lease and continue using the VM. After the terminate date, you will not be able to recover the VM. Now, something else you can do from the mobile app is that it will allow you to add time to an active lease. So we can actually extend the lease from the mobile app as well. We can add time up to the expire date. So if we leased it for a day, as we did here with this, and we decided we need another day, and we realize that before it expires, then we can extend the lease. So if we scroll down in this page, we see that there's a function for rebooting the server. There's also a function for extending the lease. That will allow you to add time to the existing lease. So it will allow us to add time in days, weeks, or up to a month at a time. Then we can just click on that button and it will add that time to the lease. Of course, you'll have to go through the payment process again, but it will allow you to extend your server lease, and that is on the View Details page. The renew, again, what we said about renew and extend, is you can extend up to the expire date. After the expire date, you would need to renew the lease, and that will also appear in this page. But since we're within the active period of the lease, it allows you to extend. Once you're beyond the expire date, it will allow you to renew the lease. Okay, so now let's go to the connection information and see how we connect to the VM that was just created. So let's go to the sidebar menu, go to Support and Tickets, and we will see that we've got the one system connection information ticket for the VM, the one VM that we have. So I'll click on this support ticket to view the contents. And in the support ticket, we see information that allows us to connect to that VM. We see information such as the host name, we see a firewall connection port, we see a randomly generated username, and we also see a randomly generated password. We also see an example of how to use the SSH command to connect to our VM using the SSH port, or the connection port, username and host name. You can use SSH to connect to the VM, or you can use PuTTY. But just remember that if you're using PuTTY, you need to enter the host name and the connection port to be able to connect to that VM. Now also be aware that the only port open to your VM will be the SSH connection port. If you need other ports opened, you'll have to contact us to open ports on the firewall. So just to review how to get to the connection information, you can go to the sidebar menu, press support, go to tickets, and then click on the ticket that contains your system connection information. And that will take you to the system connection information. So that is it on how to automatically install and deploy a Linux on Power LE VM using your mobile device. If you would like additional information on the various products and services provided by Sidox, then go to the sidebar menu, go to support, and go to knowledge base. And there is lots and lots of information out here on how to do things. There is a category on how to, or how do I do particular tasks, and there are lots and lots of instructional videos out there, so you can look at videos to do a variety of tasks at Sidox. That is the end of this video. Thank you for listening and watching.